and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy, episode 653 for the week of Monday, March 23rd, 2026. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who's here this week?
Rock Sager.
Lane.
And Toby he came on.
No. And Toby.
He came on, sneezed twice, and then has been muted ever since. So it's possible Toby threw his back out sneezing so hard and is in traction right now and on his way to the hospital. So we'll see. We'll find out. I'm sure Toby will jump on here whenever he stops sneezing, maybe? I don't know where he is. It's not an act. Like, this is just Toby. Like this isn't like an act for the podcast. I couldn't live his life. It's just a nightmare. Like, I just don't know how he does it. It's crazy. Like, I need structure. I need form. I need, like, routine. I can't live in this, like, crazy world that Toby lives in, where he's just, like, running around like a chicken with his head cut off all day. It's crazy. We have not a pretty small few weeks here for comic news to talk about. But there is we're apparently just the Death Podcast now. That's very goth and very appropriate. But it does feel like, I don't know, we are losing people at a quicker rate than I feel like we had in the past. Maybe just me. I don't know. People die all the time, but we're starting to lose people that are maybe more like in our, like kind of our generation of comic creators. So it's a little bit harder. Because as of this past weekend on Sunday, was it Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
It's weird.
I saw the news drop yesterday.
Yeah. I actually, there was talk that it happened on Saturday. This is Sunday, but I think it happened on Saturday because that's when I first heard about it. Sam Kieth, longtime comic creator and artist, best known for the Max, and co-creator of Sandman, passed away from Lewy body dementia. I'm not even going to pretend to know what that is. I did look it up, and it didn't sound great. So he was 63 years old, if that's correct. Yeah, 63 years old. And it's rough, right? Because incredibly unique talent. But I feel like I would see pretty regular work from him, and it sounds like this had been kept pretty quiet. I don't know that a lot of people or anyone really knew outside his family, but he had been not doing any work for quite some time at this point. I can't remember the last time I saw a new Sam.
Did he do that Batman Max?
Yeah,
thing a while back.
That was a while ago. May have been quite some time since he did any new work. Yeah, real unfortunate. The Max was, he did obviously some work prior to some indie work in the 80s and into the early 90s. Obviously, did a lot of the original design work for Sandman with Neil Gaiman, and drew the first couple issues of the first arc before being replaced. So clearly, although he didn't do much work in it, obviously very important work, being the person to draw the first couple issues. But I think the Max is kind of his, that's his creation and kind of legacy with a huge breakout from Image Comics when that launched. Max was, definitely the oddball title in the group, right, compared to everything else that happened. That was coming out of Image, because a lot of it was pretty straightforward superhero stuff or horror stuff like Spawn. But yeah, his art style is just so unlike anyone else that was working in comics at the time, and unlike the other people at Image. And I had no idea he apparently went on and did some like directing and work for Cartoon Network. He worked on the Cow and Chicken show, which is like, what the hell, like that. That doesn't seem. I mean, sure, people can do whatever. I didn't know he did like animation stuff outside of comics. I just, people obviously have jobs to do other stuff. My world is comics, so I kind of, I knew what he did in comic world, but I didn't know what he did outside of that.
Didn't the Max have an animated series for
there was an animated series for the Max. Yep. And just definitely the strangest and oddest of all the Image books, but probably one of the most because of that, it's sort of like one of the most well-liked and well-remembered books because it was just so unique from anything else that was done at that time. And oddly, like, never recollected. Like, there was like some like recolored versions that came out, and they collected, I think, some of those. But like, the Max is one of those series that I've just constantly get people looking for back issues, always asking about collected editions, and there isn't any, except for like, I think there maybe was like one trade of like the first couple issues when those like maybe because they did like some of those small trades back in the 90s, but other than that, I don't think they collected any of that. And it is wild to me that never got put back into print, because I think his work was, again, so unique, and the Max, the later issues were not great sellers comparatively to the rest of the Image stuff, so they are pretty hard to find. They do not show up in collections. They don't. I think it was just it was probably like the wrong book for what Image was, but it was the one that probably was definitely the most unique and stands out the most, and probably has one of the best legacies. It just they were trying to sell this real weird Vertigo indie book to Image people, and it probably was the wrong audience, but it's a fascinating title, very, very, very strange. So I don't know if I don't know what he's done in the last number of years, but not very much. But yeah, sad. We're starting to get into the, some of those 80s and 90s creators started passing away, which is no fun, because those were all my favorite creators, or was that generation. So that was, you always loved the stuff you grew up on. So, I mean, Lane, you're a big Image guy. You're a big early Image guy. I know more on the Wildstorm side, but Sam Kieth is definitely in your wheelhouse. Brock, on any memories of Max? Or
I mean, I remember trying to pick up Max because it had an awkward launch, like most of the Image books did, with like being on time and stuff. But I remember like there was that darker Image that had the kind of preview in it, and then you were trying to hunt down the books as they came out, but the consistency of them, I think, really hurt a lot of those. But I remember enjoying the Max of what I read. I
don't recall Max. I mean, some books were horribly. I don't recall the Max being one of those. I'm kind of looking at some release dates. I actually guess there was some pretty big. Yeah, there was some pretty big gaps here.
It was a little slow.
Yeah, even at the beginning, there's a couple months off here and there.
Yeah,
so.
There was that snafu with Darker Image. I think Darker Image shipped the week before Max or something weird like that.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, there was because it was like Blood Wolf was in there, and Deathblow, and Max, and it was kind of that like.
And Blood Wolf.
Yeah, Blood Wolf was the first one I said.
Yeah, that's the Blackfield.
Yeah, and so like there was all that hype going on. It had a half issue from a Wizard magazine.
Yeah,
I remember getting that one. He did some stuff I remember, like, a lot of the stuff I remember from him is just the Sandman stuff for sure, but like the Marvel Comics Presents, where he did a couple of the like Wolverine stories that were pretty interesting. Because man, that guy could draw hair on stuff. Like, it was pretty funny. We actually sold one of those issues today. Somebody bought one of our back issues that had a Sam Kieth cover.
Oh, he did those Marvel Comics Presents that Wolverine does. Wolverine. Did he do?
Yeah.
Did he do the interior on that, or was it just the covers?
Yeah.
No,
he did the later, like the 100s with Fiber.
Yeah. Those are cool. I love those covers. Those are. Yep.
But yeah, also, I never had any issues with his art style. His art style was very unique.
No. I mean, I think that's why he stands out among so many of those guys is that he had such a unique art style. And again, no disrespect to the other people, but they were all Liefeld and Jim Lee and Silvestri and all these guys. I mean, they're all kind of pulling from the same pool. He was really out of left field comparatively to the rest of that early Image crew. Other people would come in later that were very different, but yeah, Keith Sork was very very unique. You were saying something, Lane.
Oh, I was just also mentioning, like, he did do was it Friends of Max series afterwards, and then he did the Zero Girls series for Wildstorm.
Yeah, I never read any of that stuff. I know him, but I never.
Yeah, but once again, very different from what they're normally publishing, so that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I just remember his work on Sandman at the beginning just really drew you into those stories. Like, that art style kind of just pulled you in.
Oh, I think his earliest
story.
Yeah, that earliest art in Sandman is not as exaggerated as what he would do later, because obviously he was doing stuff prior to the Max. But the Marvel Comics Presents stuff is more exaggerated than most Marvel stuff at that time, but not quite to the point he would get with the Max and later work where it became his art was extremely exaggerated. The Sandman, although fantastical, was a little more down to earth as far as like standard composition, but
he could do it.
Oh, fantastic though!
Right,
fantastic.
Like he could have that kind of style that was more centralized or worked well, and then he could exaggerate his style to the max.
Yeah. I don't think I saw much of the cartoon. I mean, I know I saw the Spawn cartoon. Maybe I saw the whole show. I can't remember. But I don't remember a lot about the Max animated series. I don't think it lasted very long.
No, it was pretty short. I just remember all the little Fizz guys running around.
Yeah.
And then the bad guy was pretty interestingly the way they animated him. Like, the other weird part is the animation didn't really copy from his style as much, because I guess it's so hard to do that anyway with all his line work. But his style is very clear. Like, you could put a book in front of someone and it's Sam Kieth or not.
It was pretty short-lived. It's weird. I guess there was some graphic novels there were some trades of it, but long out of print. I don't think it was early 2000s they did do collections, but I don't know if they've released those since, but
maybe they should again.
IDW did collect the recolored versions, but the reissues and the recolored versions, but again, I likely long out of print. Yeah,
maybe they'll come back into print now.
Screams for just a compendium of the whole series. Easy sell.
I wonder if Dunby can do one of those. What are they called? Not artifact editions. Artist editions.
Yeah.
That'd be really interesting to see his original line works and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more stuff coming, but I just don't know what.
I do know that a lot of people were talking about, like, at least getting the word out about the disease that he passed from, because there's not a lot really known about it. Because I looked it up, but I mean, off the top of my head, it's got a bunch of symptoms like Parkinson's and dementia, and there's hallucinations involved and all. So there's like a lot of different stuff, but it's not a really well known disease. So I think it was In Lieu of Flowers, please donate to
the Lewy Body Dementia Fund. I clearly not a expert on any of this stuff, but I guess Robin Williams. Maybe had it as well. Based on a quick scan here of
he may have suffered from it.
Yeah, because he had Parkinson's, but possible he also had this as well. Yeah, no good. But yep, pick up the Max if you see copies floating around. Very interesting series. We got some other news. Depressing, but just in a different way. Wonder Man got renewed for season 2.
Has anybody watched it?
No, and I will not, because Ben Kingsley will be returning in season 2. So I am out. How do we have Loki and Loki I kind of get, but how do we have Wonder Man be like the only other series to get a second season? So random.
Daredevil.
So random. Daredevil doesn't count. That's the Netflix thing brought over. Daredevil's kind of something different. Yeah. I don't know. Anyone want to watch Wonder Man? No? Okay, cool. Moving on. Sorry, I was just being a jerk about that. But yeah, no, glad for people that watched it. Kind of good news, I guess. Again, feel free to talk about Wonder Man if you want to, but I got nothing to say. Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer hit, finally. I guess
the cover cameo trailer?
What's that?
The cover cameo trailer?
Yeah. I guess they're finally done filming that movie, or enough of it to... they've done enough special effects to at least put out a trailer. I'm sure they'll be working on it right up to the last minute.
Some of the CG in that I did not care for in that trailer.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure they're going to be working on it up to the last minute, because that's how movies are made these days. Yeah, it looks like a Spider-Man movie. Should be fine. I kind of got nothing. I'll see it.
It's got Punisher. It's got Scorpion.
It's got a lot.
Wait.
So Punisher, Banner, and I assume Hulk's going to be in it. It'd be weird if it was only Banner. On the bad guy side, you have Scorpion, Boomerang. Who the hell else was in it? There's another villain in it too. I can't remember who it was. Everyone assumes the girl is Jean Grey. That's been a rumor for a long time now. So I'm going to call it right here. All right. So we're getting the other Spider-Man story, which was kind of not good. Or I hear him talking about mutation. I think he's going to become 6-armed Spider-Man, and I'm like, okay, you got me interested. I'll take organic web shooters if it's 6-armed Spider-Man, but one of the other, it's like whatever. Book sucked. But I'm gonna make my call right here. Okay, you ready for it?
March 23rd at 8:35 p.m.
Here it is.
Pacific Standard.
End of the movie. Spider-Man's a mutant, and he joins the X-Men. Right there it is. He's gonna be an X-Men because he's gonna be a mutant. He's gonna come out of the.
So he's gonna have to replace his Avengers card with an X-Men card.
He's coming out of the cocoon, and they're gonna want Spider-Man to still show up and shit, right? There's no more Avengers, so he's gonna be in the X-Men because he's now gonna be a mutant. When he comes out of the other cocoon thing, reborn, with his organic web shooters, just like Miss Marvel, he's now gonna be classified as a mutant. Calling it right now. People are gonna be so fucking pissed. They will burn theaters to the ground, okay? Like, people will be so goddamn mad if they make Spider-Man a mutant and he joins the X-Men. Like, this might actually be the thing that finally breaks Marvel, but I'm calling it right here. Calling it.
I'm just surprised they didn't have Beast come in and be the one he talks to.
Yeah, well, he could be in it too, but yeah, if that girl is Jean Grey and he's talking about his mutations and all this stuff. Peter, your blood has been mutated even further. You're now a mutant. And that little sting at the end again. Spider-Man will return in X-Men 2029.
Maybe it's not Jean Grey. Maybe it's Firestar.
Well, when he comes out of the cocoon, too, he's going to be a different actor as well because I don't think he's doing any more movies. So that's how they get away with it. Yeah. No, but she's like using her like mind powers to like move shit. Like it's, I mean, it could be it could be someone else. I guess it could be a new character. It could be someone no one thinks. But the assumption is that's supposed to be Jean Grey. Mr. Negative is supposed to be in this movie. If it's the other, Moreland should be in this movie. I don't know what the hell Mr. Negative would be. Daredevil. I mean, he said he's not, but he's in this movie. Daredevil's in this movie, of course. If it's Spider-Man and Punisher, of course Daredevil's in this movie. That's the team up. It's Spider-Man, Punisher, and Daredevil. So
don't forget Wolverine.
Yeah. It's like there's supposed to be like a ton of other characters. Like there's like all sorts of multiple plots. It seems like a stuffed movie. I mean, we kind of had the same complaint about Superman, but it turned out pretty good. How much is Boomerang or the hell's the other guy's name? Who's the one I can't think of? Tarantula.
Oh yeah.
Kicking the water tower.
Like I said,
it's
the
just
cover cameos that look really shitty.
Yeah, they do.
All of them look really shitty. Like
they do.
They look AI generated, and I'm just like, looks like shit.
It does look pretty bad. All those look like really forced, kind of bad still. Like it's like, all right, well,
it's like somebody took a picture with their iPhone and did the weird little like motion thing with it. And
whatever.
I'm like,
I got no idea. So, yeah. We'll Spider-Man is, I don't know what, July? Yeah, July 31st. So should be soon. Should be pretty big. I don't know if it'll be good, but we'll find out. At least it looks like Spider-Man. That's good. Although, 8-armed Spider-Man, organic web shooters, I 100% accept. I don't accept organic web shooters any other way. Sorry. We've moved on. We've moved on from organic web shooters. But we'll see.
I don't know, Lane? You got anything, Lane?
I'm watching. I'm not interested in.
Oh, I'll see it. I mean, of course I'll see it. So.
Oh, they're gonna have like at the end of the movie, they're gonna have a mid-credit scene where like they drop more into the Spider-Verse stuff, so they'll actually have like Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Noir and like everything.
God, please no more multiverse. Well, I mean, it's
going to be Spider-Verse, Spider Island is everything coming after this.
I'm sure we were supposed to, Spider-Verse was supposed to be out years ago. We were going to have a Miles Morales live-action movie. Like, you knew all this was, and they're so off schedule. So, I don't know if we'll just I saw someone said like, oh no, this is the start of a new trilogy. I'm like, I can't imagine.
Do they bring Glover back and make him Prowler?
Yeah, like, I can't imagine Tom Holland sticking around for any more of these. I mean, maybe they squeeze out 2 more with him, but I can't imagine it. I expected Miles Morales would take over by this point, but who knows? I mean, things change. So,
well, they got to finish the Into the Spider-Verse 3rd movie.
Yeah,
first.
That's what I mean. Like it should have been out 2 years ago, and by the time it comes out, it's going to be like, well, they're kind of done with this. Never mind, we'll move on. They've already scrapped the entire Sony Spider-Man movie verse, and they're gonna like redo it apparently. So, like, okay, what do? You're just gonna do another set of Venom movies, and you're gonna do your Black Cat movie, like. Nobody wants any of these.
Ooh, a Black Cat like a Black Cat movie that's as bad as Elektra or Catwoman. I'm down for. Toby didn't even get on at that. He didn't even come on.
I'm
for
telling
that.
you, he's spazzing on this kitchen floor right now.
He's on the floor trying to reach the button.
You need one of those "I've fallen, I can't get up" little clickers.
Well, we're getting to be that age.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like little movie news stuff coming, and TV show and movie news here, so we'll hit a few more of these. Aaron Pierre, is Pierre? I don't think I've ever said his last name out loud. Pierre, will be returning as Jon Stewart after the Lanterns show in Superman: Man of Tomorrow. So, Likely the story of Green Lantern is Hal's retiring and he's passing on the mantle, right? We had our talk about Green Lantern in the other episode. I'm pretty concerned.
Hard retiring heroes.
I'm pretty concerned about it, but we will see. But Remember it's awesome.
Remember the Preacher show we were excited about? Remember that Preacher show that we were excited about?
I purge that from my memory. Very small side tangent here. We
have small side. I guess since Bryce left, we have small side tangents.
I'll come back to Green Lantern here in a second, but I am now extremely worried for Dune 3 because apparently it's co-written by Brian K. Vaughan, and the Brian K. Vaughan Hollywood curse will now likely take down Dune 3 as well. So that dude is just he's the second to most unluckiest person in Hollywood, next to
What are you talking about? DMZ was fantastic.
Next to Marshall's favorite guy. What the hell's his name?
Paper Girls. Brian Wood. Sorry, no, I'm thinking Brian Wood.
Huh? Brian Wood.
Yeah, for DMZ. It's not that one.
No, you're thinking like Why the Last Man?
Why the Last Man?
No,
that's
what the
it.
hell's Marshall's guy? He did. God, what's his name?
The Pushin' Daisies?
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Everything
everything he does is cursed.
Except for Hannibal.
Some of it's pretty good.
Brian Fuller?
Brian Fuller, thank you. Yeah, Brian Fuller. Yeah. I don't know if it's it seems like everything he does should be great, but it all gets canceled or axed or it turns out really terrible. Like, we could blame Brian Fuller for the Paramount Star Trek world because he was the showrunner on Discovery and before he got fired. So, he cursed the fucking all of Star Trek too. So, Brian Fuller, the most cursed man in Hollywood, second only to, and then second is Brian K. Vaughan. The Bryans have a hard time here. But yeah, Lanterns. Post Green Lantern, we'll know he'll show up in Superman, which should be fine. We don't have a Brainiac. A big Brainiac story makes sense that you'd have a Green Lantern presence. The premier space hero and one of the big space villains. So.
Guy Gardner's already there.
Yeah. You can have multiple lanterns. It makes sense if there's multiple lanterns showing up in this thing.
They could have Kilowog.
Oh,
Squeak.
Telling you, man. People sleeping on that Green Lantern movie. Not as bad as people think.
No, I want Badge.
No, that Green Lantern movie fucking sucked.
It did not. You want Badge?
It fucking sucked.
Dig.
I don't know. I thought it was Badge.
No, it's Badge. It's Badge. Yeah, I always called them Bedig because I was like, "What the hell? How do you say it? Bedig?" It's like Badge. It's like,
Bedig,
okay, that works.
That and then what's the planet one?
Mogo.
Yeah,
Mogo's amazing.
Mogo's
hell yeah,
amazing.
Mogo's fantastic.
I want Mogo.
I'll take Mogo. No lanterns. We'll see. But it means we're getting at least, he'll be Green Lantern if nothing else in Green Lantern and Superman. So even though it'll be much more down to earth, Green Lantern in Lanterns. Talking with a couple other people who a little more follow the stuff a little more closely. They've said in previous interviews, the show is called Lanterns because it's not about the Green Lantern. It's actually about like other Lantern Corps as well, so Sinestro and all that. And some of those people in that shot on that trailer are supposed to be, or it's not really clear who's who, but like aliens on Earth. But I'm like, if they're all just disguised as humans, like that just feels so cheap. I don't know. I'm still not sold on that.
It's HBO. It's on Max, right?
Yeah.
So it's totally Westworld, just Lantern style.
What's that?
Nobody's gonna know who they are. They're gonna be part of the machine, and they get resurrected and then pumped back out there. I don't know. I watched the trailer and I was like not impressed.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely not. definitely not super excited. I am excited, but I am very, very concerned. Other random movie, TV news stuff. There was this is a little bit old, but I still wanted to cover it real quick. I know Lane should like this. There are two new anime coming to Amazon Prime, who's trying to kind of challenge Netflix a little bit in their anime world.
Their
world. Offerings, because obviously anime is huge and able to and it's not just kind of regional, it's worldwide. But Ghost in the Shell is getting a new an updated version that's supposed to be a little closer to the actual manga, the Masamune Shiro manga. It's done by the guys that did Dan to Dan, which I know is everyone's like hot new company the hot company that everyone likes. They're also doing a Fist of the North Star reboot, which should be awesome. I'm excited for that.
That's gonna be weird.
Hopefully it's as violent as always. So, Hokuto no Ken.
Not sure how that's gonna translate to current modern day now. Two guys walking over each other and punching each other.
We'll find out. If heads aren't exploding in the first episode, then it's not Fist of the North Star. Like, I need heads exploding constantly. I'm not sure how violent they get. I guess in the Shell too. I mean, again, not the most. It's a sexualized show and violent. It can be a sexualized show and violent show. So they've. It
depends on which version you're looking at. I also heard, I don't know if this is the same one, but I also heard they're doing another standalone complex. So I don't know if it's the same or not.
Like another season, or
I think it's another group of people doing it though. Another version of standalone complex.
Huh.
I don't know if it's a continuation or not. I don't remember if it said or not. But
yeah, I think this is just a more straight adaptation, a TV show adaptation of the anime, not any of the later stuff. So,
just straightforward, like the movie.
Yeah, but obviously longer because it's.
Yeah, I mean there are more stories in the manga that they didn't cover in the movie.
Yeah, because the movie
they skipped.
Yeah, the movie's only
yeah.
Part of it, so. Another big move. If you're a fan of Tubi, I believe these are most or a lot of these are live now. But people are very big on canceling streaming services and using more of these free ad-supported networks. Fast TV, as it's called. Tubi being one of the big ones. They got a huge slew of Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers animated series that have moved over there. So these are off HBO Max and, being purged from other programming things. So, specifically for our listeners, the things that would probably interest them. Stuff like Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, The Batman, although I didn't really like that Batman. Brave and the Bold, Justice League, let's see, those should all be on there. Some of the old stuff, so stuff like Adventures of Batman. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down this list. Did I say Beware the Batman? I didn't like that one either. Beware the Batman and The Batman. I couldn't get into either of those. I tried. I did not like. All the Justice League actions going over. Crypto, the Superdog, Legion of Superheroes. Highly underrated. 2 seasons. It's as good as Teen Titans, and right there with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Highly recommend the Legion of Superheroes cartoon. It's fantastic. I don't know if Green Lantern was going there. I don't know where Green Lantern is, but maybe they're going to keep that because of the Lantern show. But Static Shock, all the Super Friends stuff is going over there. Teen Titans, The Batman. The New Adventures of Batman, so all the 70s ones, the Plastic Man cartoons going over there. So lots of good superhero animated shows from Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network. heading over to Tubi, so you can just watch those at your leisure. I'll sometimes just throw Tubi on. Like, it's like old school TV. It's just like, cool, just some cartoons, just run them. I don't have to wait for Saturday morning. Just get them whenever. Do you guys watch any of that stuff, or are you just like, if it's
Like
on?
you said.
If it's on.
I actually liked the Batman, but not for the story. Just the animation quality was really up there.
The Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say the story was as good, but just the action sequences flowed really well.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. I tried. I didn't care for it at all. Yep. There's a couple of those I haven't seen. I never saw that Crypto show. Some of those are obviously aimed a little more at kids, but we're watching I think I've said this before. We're watching Teen Titans Go right now. We're actually almost caught up. There was a ton of episodes I hadn't seen, so we've been going through them slowly. Well, actually not slowly. We've been going through them pretty quick. Because it's such a quick watch. Yeah, there's definitely a few DC shows I haven't seen, but yeah, Beware the Batman and The Batman, neither of those clicked with me. Beware the Batman, it's just some weird CG, and that's the one with Katana is like his sidekick, right? Just something about that, I don't know. Justice League Action, I didn't see much of either because they canceled that super quick, and it was on at like they were like, oh, it's on at like 2:00 in the morning, and then we're never going to show it again, and now it's canceled. So I got to sit down and watch most of those. I've only seen a couple, but yeah, it's I like it when this stuff is actually available. So because since you definitely want stuff to be available and, not just buried deep in some media list and no one ever knows it's there. I do like that. I do like Tubi, just stuff you just put on in the background and have just running and not worry about it. That's always my favorite.
I got really good when it got into the crossover stuff.
Hey, just the
Years 3, they started like Superman showed up in the first episode, and they started having a bunch of guest stars. That was really good stuff, actually.
I know people like the Dracula movie that they did.
I'd never seen that one, but I remember when Superman showed up. It was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I went back and rewatched the other ones, and it was actually better than I thought. And I like the Joker redesign on it.
It's that weird like Rastafarian Joker. I don't like that at all.
I liked it. It was a good Joker.
No.
I like his, like I said, I like his movement. His animation was really well.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought that was nice and different.
Yeah.
Can't have everything to be the same.
I guess.
When you can have absolute Batman, you can have a Jester Joker.
I didn't mind any of those redesigns in Batman Batman Beyond. Those are pretty good.
Well, those were just futuristic takes of the regular Batman show.
Yeah. But they had a lot of new designs and new versions of those characters.
Yeah,
but they're still kind of in line with the animated series
stuff.
It's
a spiritual, like, what's it called? Sequel to the Batman the Animated Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of followed the Bruce Timm style.
Yeah, the same designs and stuff. Yeah.
Whereas like the Batman was a Matsuda's style, so it's completely different.
Yeah.
Not movie, TV show, but definitely media. I don't think we talked about this. I look back. I don't think we mentioned this. It goes up. The pre-orders go up pretty soon. I don't remember when the release date is. But a classic a classic Marvel collection of games is being released for Xbox, PS5, and the Nintendo Switch. The Marvel Maximum Collection. I am very...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am very, very excited for this. So you have a little bit of time. This comes from Limited Run Games. I assume there's going to be digital versions, too. I don't... it's not a numbered release, so... Yeah, there is a. This is a traditional collection, just published by Limited Run. This is a.
So it's pricey.
Huh?
So it's pricey.
No, $39.99 for physical. I assume digital too. Like I said, there hasn't been any info on digital stuff, so I'm not sure what the deal with that is. But I've been kind of keeping an eye out for digital stuff to Switch, but I'm sure it'll be there. It is X-Men the arcade game, Captain America and the Avengers, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage, which is a Super Nintendo game, Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety, which is on Super Nintendo and Mega Drive 2, Spider-Man and X-Men Arcade's Revenge, and the 8-bit Silver Surfer game.
No Spider-Man? The Spider-Man the arcade game?
No. This. No, I know that one, but yeah, that's not on here. Includes online for X-Men the arcade game, up to 6 players.
That's cool.
Tons of, Limited Run obviously has tons of cool archive stuff, so tons of scans of box art, special manuals, advertisements, all the music available, and a music player. Listen to the scores from every game, including that Silver Surfer, one of the best 8-bit soundtracks released. Tons of cheats, rewind, save states, display options for filtering and everything. So, if you know Limited Run, they put out awesome collections, and this should be absolutely chocked full of it's multiple versions of some of these games with different, so if you're a Sega kid or you're a Nintendo kid, there's multiple ways to play this. And finally, X-Men the arcade game back available. That was available for a while, but gone for quite some time. That is a legendary arcade game, one of my favorite cabinets of all time. The Marvel Maximum Collection, super stoked for this. We'll pick this up for sure. We had
it's on PlayStation.
What's that?
Right now. I just put it on my wish list on
PlayStation. Okay, yeah, maybe when I looked at on Switch, it wasn't on there yet, but yeah, it should run great on everything.
Shit! Arcade's Revenge is that really horrible Super Nintendo game.
Yeah. So of these, X-Men the arcade game, clearly the best. Captain America the Avengers, I really like.
That was a good one, but if you have that one and the X-Men one, you can include the X-Men arcade game.
I mean, there's just the games they have. So
I mean, you're fit. I mean, the Punisher is missing, but he's been collected in other collections.
Punisher's been in other stuff. Yeah.
But the one game that's missing,
which one?
The Spider-Man one. I don't think they can do another collection. Is my point.
Yeah, the Spider-Man arcade game.
They should have included this in this collection because I don't know if they have enough material to do another collection to include that one.
It's just called Spider-Man the arcade game, right? Spider-Man the video game. Yeah, the technical name is Spider-Man the video game. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't mind if they don't include it in the set as long as they have enough material to do another one.
They might. I mean, there's a ton of Spider-Man games. They could put that in with a collection of the Spider-Man games that were on the PS2, when the movie games came out. Those are awesome. That first Spider-Man game was amazing. I don't know. Yeah, they may have plans to have it somewhere else, a complete Spider-Man collection. Because this is Spider-Man, Venom, Spider-Man, and the X-Men arcade. So it's possible that they're they're kind of sticking to the team ups in this, right? Because they have Cap and X-Men. Silver Surfer is the odd one out here that's not part of a crossover or something.
Well, that's going to be hard to include anywhere else. Also, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure they got a plan on this. But yeah. Captain America and the Avengers, I really like that game. That game was a lot of fun. But yeah, X-Men the arcade is clearly one of the best arcade games of all time. Oh man,
feels like cheating. 6 players though.
Oh, that's you just go as Colossus and go rah, 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 rah. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, what's wrong with X-Men the arcade game? It's so good.
It's the weakest.
Here's the. This is actually one of the things I meant to mention earlier. There was we were talking about how they want to redo some of the Spider-Man movies. the Sony verse going forward. There is an animated Venom movie in some level of pre-production. So, it's strange to do an animated version. I don't know where that comes from, but clearly the Venom movies were very successful for for what they were. So I don't know why they're doing this animated side thing, but yeah, it just Sony obviously had a ton of success with animated stuff recently, so it makes sense to do that. Hopefully, it doesn't run into some of the same problems Spider-Verse did. No plan, no idea what Sony's kind of big long-term plan is here. I have no idea. I don't know if they really know. But that's it. I got some comic news. You guys want to talk about some comic books? Don't all jump in here. I'm so excited.
Not cards?
We can. I have a card. I have a card story. You want to hear a card story before we go to comics? I do have a card story. It's Card Conspiracy. That should be our new podcast to go with the store. No, this actually did happen again a little while ago, but we'll find out what this actually means. If you have tried to buy trading cards, Pokemon cards specifically recently, you know how ridiculous the market is and how impossible it is to find anything. Pokemon Company a little while ago announced it actually is purchasing one of the major U.S. trading card game distributors, Excel Brands. They distribute Pokemon cards, but they are specifically buying it to be the sole, their sole project is to distribute cards for Pokemon, because it is impossible to overstate the market for Pokemon cards right now, and how fast they sell out, and how impossible it is to get at retail, and how terrible the allocations have been. I don't know, if they start pumping out, 100 times as many, maybe the entire thing will crash. I don't think that's the plan, but it has been there's just lines and fights, and people are going crazy, and scalpers are out of their minds, and people are paying just so much money for Pokemon cards right now. The prices are out of control. So clearly Pokemon Company's trying to get as many cards out there as they possibly can. So purchasing a full distributor, be the exclusive product they distribute, should help quite a bit. We'll see how long this takes to actually...
well, you actually have to have the cards produced to be able to distribute them.
I mean, it's not like a digital product where people can just buy an infinite amount or whatever. It is the logistics of printing. They're printing sets from years ago and still selling out constantly. Like people are hoarding these like toilet paper during COVID. The market can't sustain this forever. But this has been going on for years now. This isn't like a couple months or even a year or two. This is pre-COVID. Numbers were going crazy, and it exploded. I mean, it's just we're going on 6-7 years of some pretty extreme hype. This stops being a speculation kind of driven blip, and this is legit demand. So. Things will eventually slow down, but not anytime soon. And with this being the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, they're going to have some big plans for later in the year. So I don't know. The card world is now fully back in with both feet. The card world is out of control right now. It's wild. So yeah, I don't know what Pokemon's going to do, but they're trying. They're definitely trying to get more product out there. So avoid those scalpers. Don't go pay 2 times retail for your Pokemon cards, because it's totally not worth it. Toby, you in? You coming back? You coming back to the card world, baby? It's going to be some card shows. I tried. Join us. Become a card sicko. Me and Lane are both back in.
No. No.
You gotta pull out all your Jordans, set them off the PSA,
No.
wear them around your neck like a necklace.
No.
That's what all the cool kids are doing.
No.
No?
Collect it, and I'm happy with my collection.
Yeah, you gotta pull them out, put them in some one-touches, get them all nice and clean,
No.
get them graded.
No, I'm keeping them in the fucking binder I had since I was 14 years old.
We'll get you. We'll get you. Don't worry. We'll get you.
No, I don't think you will. There's a one card I wanted. It was like $15 on eBay, and I'm like, I'll get it for 10. Then it jumped to $20, and this is, by the way, within a couple of weeks, right? I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm gonna wait till it's 15 again, and then I'll get it. And then it jumped to like $33, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is like only like a month or two later, right? Now the card is like at $40.
Yep.
So now I'm looking at a bootleg version of that card because I'm not paying fucking $40 for it. I just want the fucking picture.
Yeah, it's
And I have to look up what the bootlegs one are called because they call them proxy one, which was a real term for people playing. I know.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like that's how also the bootleggers are selling their bootleg cards because there's a dude on fucking Whatnot going, this is a proxy. I'm like, all right, let me look that shit up. Oh, okay, he printed that shit himself.
Yeah. Proxies are cards you're allowed to put into your deck as long as you own the real card. Because the idea is you're playing, as you're playing a card game, you're playing with the back. The sleeve has a solid colored or designed back, so you can't actually mark the card, right? So you can have a proxy card that's in the sleeve as long as it's the same weight and dimensions as a standard card, and you play that instead of your, if you have some crazy expensive card but you want it in your deck.
I have to say that the dude that did I say in air quotes, proxy cards were shiny like the original ones, but
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. $40 for a card. I'm old man now, dude. No.
$40 is like.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's
like a happy meal.
That's one pack. No, it's what's Brock got.
No.
The Horizon Forbidden.
Yeah.
The Horizon cards from Secret Lair.
$40 is like
that was
like
that was like $50.
No,
yeah.
No.
$40 is like a mid low number, like a mid numbered card now. Like
Just no.
Oh,
no good.
You'll join us, Toby. You'll join us.
No, I might as well go back to original art at that point.
We can come along while you're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's all sorts of original art and cards, and now every set has tons of sketch
cards.
No,
I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go back to collecting, the empty blank sketch covers, and I'll work on those.
Some other comic news. This was at Comics Pro. I didn't talk about this, but I definitely wanted to mention this. Lunar has stopped sending comics to 23 retailers for breaking street dates.
Good.
Yeah. So a big problem through Diamond, for decades was stores put up books whenever they got them, right? They would happen all the time. They wouldn't send books early. For years and years and years. And the few stores that did get them early, people were just like, oh, yeah, I bought my book, on Monday. Lunar and Penguin really changed that. They understand the need to get this product. Diamond did eventually start shipping earlier, but it took them a very long time. But it was Lunar and Penguin have always gotten us our product. This is a rare case where we got our shipment today, Monday, for a Wednesday release, and that is late. Like, we normally have these like Thursday or Friday or something like that at the latest. So the fact that we got them in today is late comparatively to what a lot of this stuff had been. So I'm definitely happy that Lunar is preventing people who are breaking street date. And it's not just...
I've seen stores break street date.
Yeah, we've reported stores too, and nothing ever happened. But Lunar... So these stores will now receive product on release day. which sucks. If you're a store, that fucks you. So that is very good.
Can you just repeat what you just said? Or
stores, these stores should now be receiving their product on release day.
That I understood. I meant the last sentence exactly the way you said it.
I don't remember. What did I say?
Oh,
You're fucked.
Yeah, if you're a comic store and you get your shipment on Wednesday, that is the worst, because that's supposed to be your busy day, right? Even Tuesday is a lot of work. Like it takes hours and hours and dozens of hours in manpower to get these shipments out.
Brock knew what I was getting.
Yeah, thank you, Marshall, for processing.
Yeah. No,
Thank you.
it sucks when it comes on Mondays or Tuesdays. So yeah, it's not just. So a lot of these do come from Whatnot sellers, right? A lot of these guys are online selling, and you can sell stuff like. I believe you can sell
Wait,
stuff.
Hold on. Can you sell on Whatnot but not ship it out till release day?
Correct. I think that's no.
But you have to be within Whatnot's 2-day window.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're saying, right? Is that it's this was from
because you can pre-buy books from other stores or even yourself.
Correct.
Ahead of time. They're just not coming to you until release day.
Yeah, I think what people were doing is they were putting stuff on Whatnot like a week early, right? And shipping it out, and people were getting stuff prior to release date. That's the problem. If it's Tuesday night, I don't think that's not the problem, right?
New age of retailers, my friend. They suck.
Yeah. So it's brick and mortar and Whatnot and online sellers. So there is honest mistakes, right? There is this trade paperback came in. I thought it was a reorder. I put this one book out. Then there are stores that are like, you'll see these posts every single week of, I got my books early. It's Saturday. I was able to pick up next week's Absolute Batman from my retailer. Here's all the spoilers, right? Like this shit really does can affect sales, and it can cause certain books to like get really crazy in the aftermarket, or people could drop their books. They're like, I saw the review, or I already read it online. It sucked. I don't want it. So it's very good to get those that early shipping taken away from those stores. Yeah, do not break street date. It's not worth it. It sucks.
Well, because early shipping pads us getting it on time.
Correct.
So if there's a issue with shipping or anything, like we can prepare for that, with a lot more leeway. If you're getting it day of and there's a delay, you may
not get it till Thursday or Friday at that point.
Yeah.
I enjoy the
damages.
You're double
damages. Yep. Yeah, there have been times we've received product damaged and I've gotten the replacement by release day because we were able to report it early enough, and they expedited it to us. So. That's good stuff.
But I think Lunar hired a bunch of the Diamond people because apparently I hear that the Lunar shipments are getting a little down on the. They're not as good as they used to be.
Yeah, so I found with Lunar that it's almost entirely overages or shortages, but it tends to only be a few copies. It's nothing dramatic. It's nothing like what was happening with Diamond. With Penguin, it's always damages to graphic novels. Their comics are shipped perfectly. It's almost the comic shipment is basically perfect every single week from Penguin. There is so rarely a problem. It's the graphic novels. They just pack them so poorly. They're not. Their system is not designed to ship books the way they ship the comics, which is frustrating.
Hey, but they will ship you the Dark Horse catalog by itself.
Yeah.
With an invoice.
Yeah. It's dumb. Yeah. Another news. This was end of February, so catching up on a little bit of news here.
Wasn't there more Diamond?
There's some random Diamond shit, but it's so past the point of caring or me being able to understand. We received literal end of an era. We received our final Diamond invoice today.
Wow.
There was one pallet that was still apparently on its way to us. Not us, to Diamond. It was like an international palette. It was full of a bunch of stuff like 2000 AD and Judge Dredd magazine, a bunch of the UK stuff. So on our invoice, we received like the 3 or 4 magazines that are getting shipped to us, and then a slew of cancellations. Basically, every other item we had on order through Diamond is canceled. I cleared out 10,000 saved emails from Diamond, which that's only like I would about every 5 years I would purge our invoicing and reorder and because at that point it's like it's that old. I don't need this info anymore. So yeah, I purged every email from my inbox of Diamond Comics, so all our invoicing and communication, the last communications with anyone, and all the reorders and stuff. So, and actual literal end of an era. The final shipment from Diamond Comics will be here at some point. I'm sure it's 4 books. I'm sure we'll be missing 2 of them, and the other 2 will be damaged. We'll go out on a classic Diamond.
Hey. You're forgetting. You'll get one random book that you didn't even
random
fucking order.
Thing. Yeah.
And a toy.
Yeah.
And some fucking toy.
So.
Hey, our comeback's going to be better than our setback.
That aged pretty rough. So, yep. Fun.
Guess what this next month
Final Diamond. What's this next month?
This next month is going to be a whole slew of free comic book day books, and in comic pub. What the fuck day is it? Comic giveaway day.
Comic book giveaway day, I believe it's called. I will not be using that phrase once.
Yeah, it's free comic book day. People.
Yes, I'm giving away these comic books. Ones? They're free,
and there's these ones.
It is free comic book day.
Giveaway makes it seem like I'm standing on El Camino just tossing them. Like,
I ordered very light on Free Comic Day this year. Selection sucked.
Oh yeah, no, I saw a little bit of it when I was going through
terrible
last calls, and it was just like.
I mean, I ordered the Marvel and the DC stuff is a sampler for stuff that's out now. Like the DC thing is nothing. Marvel's is like the only one that actually does real stuff. And all the other stuff is like, man, it's bullshit. Like I ordered fucking nothing. Like, I mean, I ordered stuff, of course. We'll have stuff to give away for Free Comic Day, but, woo, it is, I just want it to end. I just want Free Comic Day to end. I'm so over it.
No, you don't. It's a fucking great day. You make so much money.
And kinda, it's just, I just hate it so much. I hate it so much.
You don't have to work it anymore.
Of course I do. I hate
some of the warehouse out. That's always a good thing.
No, we put stuff in the warehouse while we're sorting Free Comic Day books.
No, but we can get rid of some of the stockpile of like hundreds of copies.
Oh,
of
any of yeah. No, no. I'd rather do that. Any of those stacks where we have like it was like 80 extra copies. It's like I'm gonna bring that shit out.
Please,
the
House of Slaughter is definitely
the freebie table. Yeah.
Or was it
Superman 18?
Marvel Legacy?
Yeah. Any of those books. Yeah, just no. What the hell was I going to say? News coming out of Japan for the year of 2025. For the first time in 8 years, the domestic manga sales fell 2%, and digital manga, which is roughly 3/4 of the entire market. I mean, you always heard stories about Japan being like, oh no, it's still selling books and books. When they switch, they go hard. Like, they just went from no digital to all digital. Like, it just flipped the switch, and suddenly 3/4 of all sales for manga are now digital. The industry flipped immediately recently. But it has completely slowed to the point that there is no growth in digital manga sales. Digital manga sales, much like digital comic sales here in the U.S., flatlined pretty quick. And there's been multiple people talking about the anime industry in the same fashion. There's just not anything good coming out. The two of the biggest books, My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen, are over. Right? Chainsaw Man just announced that it's wrapped up. So all these big sellers are done. There's been no new like hit manga to the level that these were selling. And manga and anime are falling into kind of a similar trend that's happened here, occasionally, where it's you have fans of stuff making just churning out rehashes of the same things, and there's not a lot of original stories, and it can't just be remakes and sequels, and the manga industry is falling into some of the same traps that the Western comic and the movie and animation industry has here too. So I don't. It's not to say that sales are bad. It clearly the line cannot go up forever. But flatlining and even a slight drop is pretty uncommon. So
take my episode 900 of Doraemon and case closed.
Yeah, they published 16,000 new volumes of manga last year, which is a pretty big increase, but the overall sales have dropped, which means they are, on average, copies are selling just less. So there is it's funny to see so many companies here pivot so hard to manga, and stores like Barnes & Noble, had this incredible, huge manga selection, and then manga obviously all of a sudden starts well, it's not everything. Just like American comics, right? It's like, well, yeah, there's some good stuff, but most of it's crap. Most manga's crap, right? It's just the way most anime's crap.
Most sell
most everything's crap.
Other stuff than absolute Batman.
Yeah. So there's more. It's funny too, right? Because you have DC and Marvel and all these American companies now publishing these sort of digest-sized volumes or manga-sized volumes of their books, where all the manga companies are publishing American-sized versions of their books. So they're doing the hardcovers for like Gundam Origin and Lone Wolf and Cub and Ghost in the Shell and Akira, right? And they're all published like American sizes. So it's funny to see, this manga-sized All-Star Superman and this omnibus-sized Lone Wolf and Cub. It's very strange. The world's very strange.
Well, aren't those coming out of U.S. companies? Isn't that Dark Horse and
but it's still, these are both, being offered to the American audience in different formats. Just,
it's kind of a good thing if you have things on multiple formats for people to get it in on where they want it. Make all the formats that you're printing in standardized, but for the most part, it's fine. Like the compacts, great.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about Japan too, right? I mean, there's all this talk constantly about falling birth rates and stuff, and how the graying of the country, how the average age is increasing pretty dramatically. So that's just fewer kids getting into manga and fewer kids getting into anime. And so that audience is just shrinking. So the success of this stuff outside of Japan is likely, where they're going to start putting more resources into, licensing this stuff out and getting it international. And, with anime working with Amazon and Netflix, which are, global companies, you can offer that stuff in every region and every language. So,
apparently Mr. Beast wants to get a live-action anime made.
A live-action anime? Well, that cannot happen.
I don't know which one. I kind of ignored it.
I would fully ignore it. But yeah, that's... people always want to report on the death of the American comic industry, and it's like, well, not quite happened ever. It has its ups and downs like everything does, and manga is not infallible either. What was that?
There's little deaths.
Oh,
There's
sure,
like little
right.
deaths in the comic book, American comic.
Yeah. And the manga industry is not immune to this either. So it's going to be booms and busts in every industry.
We're waiting for the death of the second prince for the Absolutes, right? Like, the multiple printings.
Yeah.
Jesus, those 2 weeks sucked.
Yeah. There's still a few books that are coming back. We have a couple like the Absolute Batman Annual and Wonder Woman Annual and a few others, but for the most part,
yeah. Oh, are we going to talk at all about Silver Sprocket?
I had nothing to say. Silver Sprocket closed. It's just a retail
They just
store.
closed. Okay, so they're still doing the publishing
As far as
stuff?
I know, yeah.
Right.
Independent publisher Silver Sprocket opened a retail shop in San Francisco. They actually carried Meanwhile. So,
I have a story about Meanwhile.
Okay, but they're closing their San Francisco shop. It hadn't been open for too long. So like 6 or 8 years or something like that. I think it was pre-COVID, but
Yeah. That's right.
but yeah, I mean that store, I never went into it, but that store was a shop of their stuff, and like independent stuff, it wasn't a American Western comic book store, right? Like where it's back issues and toys and Marvel and DC. Like they didn't have that type of stuff. So you can make these stores work, especially in a place like San Francisco, but it is tough. So yeah, I feel for the owners and staff and everything. As far as I know, the publishing isn't affected, but I don't know. I haven't followed that past the store closing. So
my Meanwhile story came from this
story?
weekend. So we've reached a sort of level as creators now. I went over to a local library here in Sunnyvale, and they have a Friends of the Library book sale, like every few months on the weekends.
Yeah.
This one was this past weekend. And I go in, and I'm browsing around, and first thing I see when I come in is graphic novels and comics. And I was like, oh, okay. And I look right down. Meanwhile, right there with a $2 price tag. I was like, we have made it to the used.
Sold at the library.
We've made it to the used. We're being sold at the library because we were donated. Yes. So I took a picture.
Nice.
Yeah. Just wanted to share that with all y'all. So. But you can still get a copy for yourself from comicsconspiracy.biz.
Of course. Final story. What's that?
Lane told us we even sold on the Whatnot stream without realizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sold one on the Whatnot. I was like, why is there a Meanwhile in this?
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Let me just final news story, then Toby, you guys could talk about Whatnot for a few minutes here.
I'm a little bummed. That means someone local bought it from the shop and decided they didn't want it anymore.
That's all right. They read it and now they're done with it. They donated it to the library. I got no problem with that.
The nerd way is to hoard everything forever.
Sure, but
piles of book and run out of space and.
I'm very fine with people getting rid of stuff if they've read it, and whether you liked it or not, and move on. There's always something else coming. Let me do this last story, then you guys can talk about Whatnot for a few minutes here.
Meanwhile, 2 is coming, is what you just said.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
Bad news in the comic industry. Be very, very worried about this. Dark Horse Comics founder Mike Richardson, after 40 years, is out from Dark Horse. I am not sure. I don't believe it's by his own will. Dark Horse was purchased years ago by the Embracer Group, a lovely group of media conglomerates that buys up all sorts of shit and burns money and is awful. So when they purchased Dark Horse, you figure it was just about time the Dark Horse was going to collapse, because this is usually what happens when companies are bought up by these stupid these stupid investment groups or whatever. They bought a bunch of video game stuff. They did all this other random crap. So they were supposed to have a big investment from Saudi Arabia, who backed out. So they've been restructuring. They also purchased all the Lord of the Rings. They have their Dark Horse, I believe, got punted into there's like 3 pillars of Embracer, and one of them's like the Middle Earth group, I think is what it's called, and Dark Horse got shoved over there because they're like, well, we own this comic book company for some reason too. Yeah, they shut down Things from Another World, which is their online store. They had some digital comic stuff that was closed. There was some cancellation of projects, nothing major. And then they started to let go some staff. And then letting go of Mike Richardson obviously is kind of the final straw here. So unfortunately, the Dark Horse Comics that we've known for 40 years no longer exists. Is now being taken over by Jay Thomas, the head of the Middle Earth Group, will take over as interim CEO to run the publisher in the short term. It's very unfortunate. I have no idea what the future of Dark Horse is going to be like. With Richardson out, obviously one of the longest current and maybe ever. Like, no one will stick around for 40 years. Most of these companies, the companies don't last 40 years. It's like him and McFarlane, and the Image guys, like, who's even left at Image. There's not many that stick around this long. So we were talking about Dark Horse, right, a little bit ago about some of the stuff they publish. Yeah, I mean, it's possible Dark Horse could turn around and they could start to expand out what they do and, get more funding from Embracer and yada, yada, yada. But more likely, this means the slow corporate death of one of the premier independent comic publishers in the United States. So
it'll be sliced up like that horse was in The Cell.
Whoa. So, yep. No fun, no good. Unfortunate. We'll see what happens to Dark Horse. We'll keep an eye on them in the coming years. I don't think it's going to go good, but we'll see what happens with Dark Horse. All right, Toby and Lane, you guys have been running a little side project for me for the past month or so. I want to hear the good, the bad, the ugly. Tell our wonderful listeners. We talked about Whatnot a little bit ago.
The single goal is to piss off Brock as much as possible.
I will fucking stab fools.
That's goal number one. Goal number two is to piss off Ryan as much as possible, too.
We have started a Whatnot store, which is the live streaming sale and auction website and app where you can watch people sell items online and purchase them like eBay, but instead of 7-day auctions, they're 10 seconds. So Toby has fully embraced himself in the Whatnot world, staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching questionable streamers sell bootleg AI Chun-Li stickers.
Very bad.
So how many did you buy?
2.
Okay.
It's a test. You have to test it, bro. You have to test it to see make sure this all works right.
Yeah. I get the whole testing part. I can already tell you what shit.
Send it to Ryan instead.
I opened this package and I'm like, the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, this is that thing Toby was telling me about. Got it. Okay.
Well, what I really wanted to do is ship it to Ryan's house and get him in trouble with Leanne. That'd be more funny.
Oh, it was that bad?
Nice. It would have been great.
No.
I would have gotten a phone call from Ryan going, fucking Toby. I'm locked out of the house.
It wasn't shipped over state lines, so there was no laws broken as far as I know.
I've been buying comics too, by the way. I think I bought more comics off of Whatnot than I have from you. This is why I'm
great.
Store.
Hey, you know you got a short box full of shit at the store too?
Yeah, I fucking gave you some money last week, so I gave some money to Whatnot.
You know what you have to do? You have to put them on Whatnot.
Hey, I'm gonna sell Toby his own stuff on Whatnot.
Hey man, I got
a
stack of amalgam comics that I never bought for like I think a couple bucks.
Yeah. So when you tell everyone what you guys are doing and where we can find you guys and your schedule and everything. And
it's your stream, so you talk.
I got nothing to do with this. I'm in bed by the time you guys start.
All over
you
it.
collect the monies.
It is printed on the labels.
That's your job, Brock.
I know, it sucks. Fucking Whatnot shipping is the worst.
Welcome to Whatnot.
Fucking Whatnot.
Oh no, actually the MVP is really Lane here. It's not even me because he pulls all the books.
Lane is the MVP.
He is. Because he pulls all the books. All I do is come in, stroll in. I spit on the ground, put my beer down, and then go, all right, let's sell some shit. But he pulls the books, so it's all Lane. It's not me. But yeah, we haven't stayed there till 4 in the morning. I think 2:30, 3 is the worst we've done. Like, not even 3. I think 2:45 is when we left last week.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. That's for streaming for 5 hours, I think. 6 hours? 5 hours? I think it was 5 hours and then doing boards and backs, which gave me some PTSD of doing boards and backs. Yeah.
So what do you do? What is the deal? Tell me about this, Toby. Come on. Do you want me to tell everyone about what you're doing and I'm not doing?
Yeah. Then I could tell you if you're telling the story right or wrong.
We're an app where you can watch people sell products online. Toby, Lane, and our good friend Kevin, who's my warehouse guy, have started to sell products through Whatnot.
There you go. Good job.
On my thing shut off.
I know we can see your home.
Sharp.
Yeah. Turn it off. I don't know when my thing cut off.
Sell it with some passion, Ryan.
Yeah. So you guys are on Tuesday nights around, I'll call it 8:30ish, in order to sell comics. We did some cheap dollar bin sales. You did some more expensive indie book sales. You did some late night, slightly not quite appropriate enough for eBay, but appropriate
enough.
Not appropriate for eBay, but appropriate enough for Whatnot.
It's not bad.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, no. I think we're talking about trying to, eventually do some, superhero stuff and new collections. And,
we tried the superhero stuff. It didn't move well. That's why we moved to the indie stuff, and it worked a lot better that we carved out a little niche for ourselves, it seems. Well, besides being insanely cheap at the moment, I think we should raise our prices. But we're being really, really cheap in the prices we're selling it at. But occasionally you do get a little tug of war, and it does bring the prices up. Well,
this was what I said was, let's test on some random stuff, see what sells, just kind of get used to it. So we're not worried about a bunch of stuff. We had some books that might sell a little bit. There's a not insignificant amount of people on Whatnot selling more adult content for comics and artwork and things.
I just make it clear to everybody, we're just selling books that's like let's say 90s in nature. We're not selling anything more than that.
Right. Like eBay and a lot of other online vendors, you can't actually sell adult content on Whatnot, but there's plenty of bad girl comics and things like that, and it has a big audience for that stuff on Whatnot.
And also, we only started pulling them because there's obviously an audience for it. Because we found a couple of guys that really like the black and white stuff, which is great. So we started with them, and then we kind of go into some of the other like indie like colored books. And like the what's it called, licensed stuff, like the Transformers, the GI Joes, and like the Fathoms and the whatever, like what do we call it, like image books, whatever random image books are in there, and then as we go later in the night, we call the after hours show, and sell some Vampirellas and was it Tarot and some what's the other book, like I don't know. Lady Deaths. Oh yeah, the old 90s Chaos. Well, you have new ones in there too. You have some Coffin Comics Lady Death in there too. And those are selling really well, and books in that nature, like, I don't know, the adjacent books. We didn't sell the Evil Ernie's yet, but Lane did pull some Evil Ernie's last week, and I think those will be interesting to see how they do because I think like because that portion of comic industry hasn't really been in stores. Like when there hasn't been. I mean, I know you haven't ordered them in a while, but there hasn't been a Lady Death in stores in a while, except for those Kickstarter comics. So I don't know if it's because we're gone for a while and there's an audience for it, and yeah. So that's the later after hour shows. Um, and the whole night is. I mean, look, the first couple of shows, we sell a couple of books, and I think first couple of streams we didn't even sell anything. I just went through the motions, and then we started selling. We had a good one, and then I got sick, and it kind of felt like we fell off the boat a little bit, and then rebuilt it. Between this and the week before, it was two really good nights where we have a couple of regulars now. We have a guy named Darkhawk that chimes in, who's in the area somewhere. We have Max, who's been a podcast listener of ours for over a decade. He says so. He knows us like really well, but he likes a lot of the black and white oddball comics. He stayed through the entire stream, like the entire like 5 hours. We have one dude that's specifically looking for black and white like indie books. So the fact that we got a shit ton of it is a perfect place for him, I think. So we start with that, for him and Max, and we kind of move into some of the other indie stuff that we have, and then we go into the after hour show, which is a little more Vampirella and Lady Death centric and tarot centric. But it's all based on what MVP Lane pulls for me, because he does all the heavy lifting ahead of time, and he does a lot of the heavy lifting afterwards, including like bag and boarding them, and then Brock, yeah, credit to you too for shipping them out at the end. So I just blabber out my mouth. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lane does a lot. Lane does a lot, and it helps out immensely.
Lane is the MVP and all it is, like absolutely. So
we're gonna break Brock one of these days.
That's the.
I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. I'm gonna fucking.
You know how in like what's that show, that soccer show where Ted Lasso, where they put the thing called Believe on the above the door where they tap it, like believe we can win and shit. We have a thing that's labeled Break Brock, and we tap it every time we go into a stream, dude.
Fucking stab people. Oh, man, Whatnot shipping is horrible.
Supposedly it's made easy. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not worried about it.
Easy for who?
I don't know.
You have to print the invoice at the same time you print the packing slip, or sorry, the shipping label.
What? Just throw throw the invoice into the thing then.
Yeah, I that's what you have to do, but yet you don't know any of the dimensions or the weights until you know how much. So we're putting together something so Lane can get that stuff all situated.
All right. Well, I've been putting the weight into whenever I do the sale of each book. So.
Yeah, no, it's that helps a little bit, but it's
when I do the bundles, I weigh it on the spot and do the correct weight. But it's all like I mark it up a little bit, but it's all based without packaging. So.
Yeah.
No, it all works. It's more just an issue with when they because Whatnot has a tendency to bundle them in packages of a certain size that it thinks is like a limit. Like I think it's 2 pounds or something. Every 2 pounds, it just says, "Oh no, it's a new box," and then it charges them for the next box. And so when we then go back and then have to combine all the boxes into one, it sometimes does some little weirdness.
Does it refund them some shipping or not really?
No, usually it still comes out correct. It's just
because I know
internally we have to do some things to work it.
We definitely have some feedback saying they wish. I mean, I have a feeling in some cases they're paying more in shipping than they're paying us for the books, just because we're selling them so cheap too. But they were hoping that shipping would be free after a certain price, and I don't know if that's doable. So, but yeah,
the problem is I don't know how much shipping is costs. We don't see what it costs on our end. So like, I mean, I'm only basing it off of what I know from selling stuff for the store and eBay and all of that stuff. So like, I mean, it's to ship one book to like the other side of the United States is almost it's like $9.
Which is insane.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous how much like shipping actually costs. Now I know like a lot of these places are going and getting discounted rates because they have multiple, a lot of different people using their interface like eBay does. But yeah, again, it's ridiculous how expensive shipping is, and it's just going to get worse.
They're getting a piece out of it too if it's just in their system.
Oh yeah, Lane and I watched the numbers jump around from like what we earned from Whatnot versus like what they take. What, Lane, was it 45% goes to Whatnot from shipping and their fees?
Jesus Christ.
Well told, yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they take like 20%. It seems like off at the top too. Like, I was talking to Ryan briefly earlier today about it. I'm like, selling the books at $1. I don't know if it's mathematical right. Like, I don't think it's worth it. Like, sure, we make some people happy, but Lane hasn't collected time. I haven't collected time.
Well, like I said, my plan here was to.
I'm talking about straight up the math, right? The math is not working.
I know. So, I understand that there is no path for this first batch of stuff to be, profitable for the store. The idea is, does this work? Can we get this out? I mean, it's like selling back issues, but it's. There's the cost of the stream and everything. So at what point does this make sense? At what point does this work?
Yeah.
And that's why you see people doing, more expensive stuff or flat rate boxes, or high-end CGC stuff and PSA stuff.
I mean, I saw one dude, again, I've been watching a lot of Whatnot streams, sadly, a lot lately. I have seen one guy that just fills up a flat rate box. And you watch him as he fills it, so you know what's inside the box. And when it's full, people bid on it while he's filling it up, right? And when it's full, then, I guess the timer goes off, or I don't even know how he does it, right? So I guess it must be when, or once he's full, he lets the bidding war happen, right? And then it just kind of sells for what it sells. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, we're still in the experimenting phase. I like that we're building a community. They're fun. They're nice guys, and there's also a girl that joins us, and it's been a fun. I mean, everybody's having fun. They're super nice to each other. Like they're starting to figure out what people like. Like one guy even yielded, going, no, you've been collecting some of these. You take it versus the other guy taking it. And even when I have multiples, when Lane pulls me multiple, I'm like, look, guys, just don't fight. We have a couple of these. So it's been a nice community building thing, but right now the math is not mathing at all, at all. We're basically doing charity work to do to make people happy.
And we will continue to experiment to see what works. So that's the plan for a little while. We'll see what happens.
I mean, we've been experimenting since day one. I mean, we did multiple things, and I think we finally got this one at a good spot for now. And I mean, it depends on also at some point, what do we do? We sell out all the Batgirl covers. What then? Do we start emptying out the hub store? Do we, what do we do then? It all depends, right? I mean, there's a gentleman that kept asking me about other, he's willing to buy books outside of the Whatnot stream, which Whatnot keeps warning you, don't do this, get your ban. But I'm like, look, we're a real store. Feel free to contact the store.
Yeah.
And I think he probably looked at the prices and came back to the stream going, no, I like your prices on the stream. And I'm like, well, they're this price because they're sorted to this side for a reason, right? Either we have a full run minus 2 books. So therefore, we're going to clear it out. Or just where the full run is on probably your eBay store and he could get every single issue, but maybe $2-3 a book instead of $1 a book, right? So take it or leave it kind of deal, But yeah, there's a lot of experimenting to do. Again, look, Lane is the MVP here, so he should be telling the stuff. So yeah, if you have anything to add, Lane.
Not really. I'm pretty much covered everything. That's all there really is to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's been fun. I mean, look, I always enjoyed selling. I mean, like whether I'm in the store or at a convention or doing this on whatnot, it's actually I find it fun. I find it enjoyable, and I like shooting the shit with people. I really do actually enjoy it. So it's been a fun little venture, and I enjoy other like early on where Dark Horse was on, and we were going through the motion. He was just shooting the shit with us. He was talking to us about like stores he visited or cons he visited on, like it's like just shooting the shit. It was fun. Now that we actually have some people joining us, sadly Darkhawk has been drowned out a little bit, or he's just paying attention. He's still there. He's still there. So, we have a couple of guys that came back a couple of times asking for books that we look for, because a lot of people do requests, and Lane will just look for the books through the week, and then we basically have like kind of a weird. I think the original plan was to do a request system while we're in the stream and people like Lane or Kevin go look for him. I think we tried it. It didn't really work the best. It kind of works, kind of not. But I think the better system that's been working is people been letting us know what they're looking for, and like Lane keeps like a running tab. And then like the next week we have some of those books, and they tune back in, and they usually pick up the books. I mean, this last Tuesday was kind of scary, dude. I think the amount of books, like the first couple of streams, we pulled the box, ran through the box. I think maybe like two we sold, right? So it definitely made no sense. And then then we started going to hey, we sold a handful, and then we sold more 2 weeks ago. And then last week we're like, I felt like almost every book we put up, almost every book. Like sure, there's a couple that like there was no interest, but I felt like 75%, 70% of books we sold. Am I wrong? Maybe 65%. I mean,
yeah, no, easily 75.
Yeah, it was just like almost every single book we put up was a. I mean, again, it's curated, right? Because Lane's been curating the requests from the people through the week, and now we have it at a point where like almost every single book is sold, which was pretty amazing. I mean, again, we're letting them go at a really, really, really fantastic price. I am actually kind of wondering if some of are building their own little side hustle to sell them elsewhere, but it's clearing out some stuff in the warehouse, and without having to pull them all the way to the store for a free comic book day sale. Brock.
I mean, I have to do work either way, so
Still, Break the Brock is
yeah.
It's the hashtag.
Whatnot for me's 2-day turnaround is the worst.
Well, we don't really know
Like,
what
they're
happens
2
if we don't, right? And then also the post office doesn't guarantee like stamping your shit anymore.
Well, so Lane and I looked over it, and there's a thing on like your like account health.
Yeah.
And so like you might have like a 100% rate of people are happy.
Yeah, that they've been happy with that, but it's been shit on the shipping.
Yeah, it's because it's again, it's one of those things where I think Whatnot works when it's people that are doing it right then and there and shipping it out from that moment. Yeah. But when you're a store, you still have to do processing, you still have to do other stuff.
But I thought stuff were taking like weeks and weeks of them to even ship it out.
Yeah.
So I don't know, does it even mean anything? Like, does it matter?
Yeah, I think it's more of just, if your customers are happy, I think that's the main thing. I think Whatnot's just trying to be like, you're not up to our standard. And it's just like, dude, I got to ship tons of stuff out, so it'll get out when it gets out. And again, they want you to go to the post office and have the post office scan a code when you drop all the stuff off so that it updates their systems. And I'm like, I'm not going to do an extra step. Like, the post office scans it when they scan it. Like, that's how tracking works. So
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, it's.
But Lane is the MVP. He gets all of it ready to a point where it makes it super easy for me to pack.
Yep. No, Lane's been definitely the MVP in all of this.
And I just sit back.
Now you guys just need a tip jar.
So yeah, we'll keep doing it for a little while. As long as you guys want to keep doing it, we'll see, and we'll make some changes. And
This is last week. If we go to 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, that's when I call it.
that's you, dude. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Why you're going that long? Like,
It's fucking high, dude. I even told the guys, I'm like, dude, we gotta stop this shit. They go, no, we got money. I'm like, I'll take your money. Let's keep going.
yeah,
I'll take your measly $1.
yeah.
I don't know what that makes me, actually. Never mind on that statement.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah. Eventually, it'll have to start. Eventually, it'll change, but just kind of keep working on stuff for now. Make sure we got it all figured out.
Yeah, then you gotta get in the Scott Snyder, your buddy Scott, and some exclusives and.
Yeah, those are the ones to go. They go crazy.
Well, apparently, there's been requests for both Ryan and myself to show up on the show.
Well, they were just very... No, let's correct that statement, please. They were just very disappointed that it was me. All right? It was not a request for you guys. They were just so disappointed and so, disgusted that it wasn't you and Ryan, right? They were like, we get the C team for this shit? I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, give me my $1, please.
You're like, Brock's shipping your shit.
Yeah, he can lick it if you want. That costs an extra $1. Actually, that'd be $5.
Yeah.
That's a service that will cost you $5.
Yeek. Well, on that note, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you all. Thank you all for this wonderful episode. Thank you, Lane and Toby and Brock, for your hard work on the Whatnot stream. And join them Tuesday nights, about 8:30 or so-ish. Look up Comics Conspiracy on Whatnot. You can talk to Toby and Lane, Kevin. Buy some comics. Also appreciate Edward at geekyvillain.com, Joe Duff, Kelsey May, and Jimmy Rivera, the At the Social Forum podcast, the DDT podcast, DDT Wrestling podcast, and Grace the Nurse on YouTube. Make sure you check out those guys' work. Always appreciate all our backers, patreon.com/comicconspiracy. Those are our top tier backers, and all the rest of you, we really appreciate it. Go to comicsconspiracy.biz. You can buy stuff there too. More stuff for Brock to ship, unless it's for pickup in store. Then we just pick it up in store. You can go to conspiratedbrock.com. That's Brock's website. See his blog on there. Wanderers of the Fourth Dimension podcast is Charlie's Doctor Who podcast, all talking about the good doctor. And Kevin Sharp, he should be back next week, I assume. Next episode, I assume. He has his interview series called Between the Panels at fanbasepress.com, and a page I love at Comic Art Live on YouTube. And my wife Leanne is at leannehill.com. You can see her art there. If you're on Blue Sky, I'm on there, Ryan Higgins. Baseball season's about to start. Yes. So it's gonna be a lot of baseball posts.
A.
Brock's Brock Sager. Toby's Toby XI. Kevin is at Kevin Sharp. Lane doesn't use that.
I'm actually thinking about going into the old Twitter and killing everything and canceling out, because it seems like it's dead now, isn't it?
Oh, I closed my Twitter account years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I closed my main one. I think I have random ones that I made up when I was trying to get back on.
Burner accounts are still alive, but you clean out your main one.
Yeah, I just didn't. I was like, oh yeah, I had burner accounts, and then I just didn't care. So whatever. Delete them at some point.
So this is a good time to take over as Ryan Higgins, and
yeah.
go I love Marvel so much, and can't wait for all the new Marvel movies.
No, it has to be alt Ryan Higgins Ryan.
Yeah. Be more fun if they just think he transformed. They're like, finally, it's about time. You finally told me why.
They'll know it's all lies.
Okay, I just want to let you all know. I'm shipping out tomorrow a Marvel series that sold on our eBay for over $200.
Yeah,
that is
Dazzler?
Recent. No.
It's your favorite.
It's more recent. It's your favorite, Toby.
Taskmaster? Night Thrasher?
No.
New Warriors?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I looked up other comps, but I guess they do go for some money.
Yeah, I was like,
that Mr. and Mrs. X series
Really?
That Rogue and Gambit series, yeah. It weirdly goes
that
for
Rogue
a bunch
and
of money.
Gambit series 1 to 12 went for $218.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even know I have them all. They might still be at the store.
It went for more than the Mr.
They might still be at the store.
Miracle.
I better collect them soon.
That was
like,
years ago.
Yeah, they must be still there.
No, it's all long gone.
Ryan
All right.
has to learn to let go of that shit.
Thank you all for listening. Go check out Toby and Lane and Kevin and whatnot. And we'll see you next episode. Goodbye.